shots were fired at me from somebody's little YouTube show where they were wishing people, happy holidays, enjoy, hope you have good food for the holiday coming up. And they said for vegans, and I quote, I hope you have some expensive salad or something like that. And I was like, where am I catching strays?
She's talking about me.
I'm talking about you. Okay, a 3,
a 2, a 1.
Everybody, welcome to Read This, Read That. I am Jackie Reed.
I'm Joyanne Reed.
What's going on, cousin, sister, soror friend?
I am here chilling in the cut, cousin, sister, soror friend. How are you doing?
I'm feeling good spirits from you. I'm feeling good energy. I feel like, what's going on?
It's been a productive day. I was running a little bit late because I was in meetings all morning and early afternoon, so I had to run and wash my backside because me can't be dirty. I took all my meetings in my night clothes and nobody knew.
That's the beauty of working from home. Sometimes you have that option of cozy comfort.
Cozy comfort.
It's so beautiful. It's a beautiful thing when it's a rainy day. It's raining here in Atlanta, and nothing gives me more joy than just being inside, cozied up in a onesie.
Right? Ain't that the truth? Sometimes you just need to get in a onesie and just do your life.
Mm-hmm.
Live it.
So true. So true. Well, so many things going on. We want to let everybody know. Again, in January, we're doing a whole relaunch. A new vibe for Read This, Read That coming in January. So we want to make sure that you are subscribed so that you don't miss any alerts about that. We started doing our show notes over on Substack. So you want to make sure that you are subscribed over there as well. So you can keep up with all things.
All things.
Read This, Read That.
No, it's nothing.
I love it. So like, subscribe, comment. We love your comments. Please let us hear from you. Show up, support us. We love you, family. Join the Cousin Nation.
Join the Cousin Nation. Join us.
Join us.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
One of us. One of us. One of us. Okay. So it's wind down time.
Yes.
Joyanne Reed.
Yes.
What's your wind down for today? Or do you want me to start?
Why don't you start? Well, actually, you know what? Yours is always so epic. Let me start. I'm gonna go first. So my wind down is I'm gonna go first. No, because yours is always epic. Mine is usually just a regular shit I'm doing in my life. So my wind down is that I discovered two things. Number one, Charlottesville, Virginia is like really far.
What? Why were you there?
Because I'm always, saying yes. I'm always saying yes to things. And one of the things that I said yes to without, really understanding what I was saying yes to is my friend. I made good friends with Wes Bellamy, who's got a new book out during the State of the People Power Tour. We became kind of like we had like a stage act going because they would always just randomly put us together to host on stage. And so, we got to be pals, and he's got a new book out called Nobody's Coming to Save Us. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
And he asked me, would I do a book talk with him for his new book?
Oh, nice.
Right. And he said, oh, it's in Charlottesville, Virginia. And I'm thinking, oh, that can't be. How far could that be? it's actually
famous last words.
Famous last words. And so I didn't realize until literally the day before that it's like 2 hours away. So it's far. So the daughter and I headed on out there. So that was the one piece of information I found out. Three pieces of information. The book is excellent. I think you all should read it. It's a really good, he calls it the Black Print for Leadership. It's a part biography, part like leadership advice, showing you like how to, lead in your own life and talk about his own failings and successes. I don't know if people realize he's the guy who was the person on the Charlottesville City Council who pushed to take down the Robert E. Lee statue, which launched the whole nightmare of the Charlottesville riots. Donald Trump saying there were good people on both sides, the riots, one woman dying, Heather Heyer, all of that. He was the only Black person on the city council, the youngest city councilman, the youngest ever elected city council member in Charlottesville. And he was there were a lot of community members who were pushing for it too, but he was the elected official that was pushing the hardest to get rid of that Robert E. Lee statue that launched that whole thing. So he has a book out. So 2 hours away, Charlottesville. The other thing, Charlottesville is very Black. And I always thought of Charlottesville as being a mainly sort of white town, but there is a very core Black constituency in Charlottesville. And we were at a school called the Jefferson School, which was the historically Black school when Charlottesville was segregated. But when it was segregated, there was only one school Blacks could go to, and that's where this event took place. So it was actually really fascinating to be in that school, which has still the original floorboards. One of the Delta Deers who was at the event, it was co-sponsored by Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. The chapter there was one of the co-sponsors of the event, and one of the Delta Deers there, that was we did the pre-event in her 6th grade classroom and the main event in her 3rd grade classroom. Across from her 3rd grade classroom. So she actually had gone to that school as a little kid when it was still segregated. Now that school is a community center that offers like real community center things. Like they're doing big things in Charlottesville, taking care of the community, offering reading classes, employment help, all the stuff that you would hope a community would really, truly do. So I got to know a lot about what Dr. Wes Bellamy, he's Dr. Wes Bellamy, he's got his PhD, has done in the community, which is fascinating. That is not only a very strong Black community, but a community that's actually doing all the things and taking care of its people. So it was a great weekend. I really ended up enjoying the event, but Charlottesville far, man. I said to him, I was like, you didn't tell me it was this far. He said, yeah, that's why I didn't tell you how far it was. Because he asked our friend Angela, and she goes, is she really going to come? Does she know how far it is? And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to tell her. So he didn't. So I went, and I was like, ooh, this is far.
Oh my God.
But it was fun. We had a good time. We had a really great time. Big up to Wes Bellamy. The book is really good. I'll show it again. Nobody's coming to save us but us.
Well, you know what? Let's have a little read that meeting before I go on to my wind down with our cousin nation. I feel like I've been thinking about asking you, so I'm putting you on the spot because you're probably going to say, this is a test, Joanne.
Yeah.
Should we start a read that book club?
I would say absolutely we should, because the thing is, I think what would be great is to be able to like recommend great things to read, and then we sort of assign people, we want you to read a chapter, and then the following week we can come back and we can talk about what we've read, and I think that would be fun. I would love that.
I think so too. Mm-hmm. I think, and we can mix between fiction and nonfiction.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Yeah, it's either that or we got to start a club about what we watching on TV. It's got to be one or the other.
Listen, girl, that's already a little mini club. In the comments.
Listen, we gotta.
They want to know what we be watching. I'm telling you.
Look, when I tell you, if I was gonna do another wind down, it would be that I finally have gotten into The Diplomat, and baby.
Well, praise Jesus, because
it took a while to kick in.
The people in the comments have been like, Joanne, give it another try. They have really been wanting you to watch this show. So, okay, so where are you? Are you still in season 1? Or where are you?
Season 3, and listen, this thing is getting good.
Right?
Wow. But I always do wonder if the lead character, does she bathe a lot? Because she gives me smelly vibes.
She does, and people talk about her. Well, I'm saying she does give you that like unkept, unclean. How do men find her attractive? Kind of thing.
And the brother who's into her, I'm like, are you just into like soiled hair? Like, what's happening? Because she don't look like she really into the cleanliness thing. And it becomes a theme in the show because one of her Secret Service agents who's supposed to look like her. Look a hot mess, like she just rolled out of bed. And
they make a whole joke out of it. Her hair in the show has become a whole thing off the show. It's like the bird's nest that is her hair.
And then finally, she is down in someone else and saying, you really got to look like you don't brush your hair because she's supposed to be her doppelganger. Right. And I'm like, do you not understand that lady look just like you? She's doing you. Like her hair looks like that because of you.
But how fun is it? And how fun is the West Wing reunion and it's so good, right?
Incredible. And I love Allison Janney. She's so evil. She's So evil.
Good.
I
So
love
good.
her.
How far are you along in episode 3? Because I don't
So
want to
we're
spoil
season
anything.
3, episode 5. So that's like
Oh,
I'm far along. I'm getting on into. I'm about toward probably the end, right?
so you've seen the foreign secretaries.
Don't say it. Don't spoil it. Now listen, you see what Jackie does? She sent me a whole thing about all the spoilers in The Sixth Sense. Thank God I've seen The Sixth Sense, because I would have been like,
Listen,
lady.
I am team. Listen, I'm all for The Diplomat. I'll give you grace for season 3.
Please.
But The Sixth Sense that was out 60 years ago, I give no grace. Bruce Willis was dead.
And
The whole movie. That's it. He was dead he was dead the whole movie. He was dead. He was dead. He was dead.
y'all, please forgive her, for she know not what she do.
Listen,
She has ruined the movie for somebody that never seen it.
Somebody who wasn't meant to see it. Because
why would they want to see it now?
Girl,
They never gonna want to see it.
You can't hide from these spoilers after 60 years.
What?
No. I'm sorry. No. It's just no. It's too much time.
And I already knew all the stuff that was in your little clip that you sent too anyway.
You had already seen the movie. You finally watched it.
I've seen a couple. No, I've seen The Sixth Sense years ago. I saw it.
That's
like
what I'm saying. That's
I had to see it when it came out because of people like you that were gonna spoil it.
I don't know.
I had to see
commercials. Probably commercials made about the ending of the twist in The Sixth Sense. So many good things. What are you drinking? Are you drinking anything?
I am trying something new. So I tried something called Trip Mindful Blend.
Oh, I think
it's raspberry blossom, lightly sparkling drink. It's a mindful botanical. I don't know what that means. A mindful botanical. It's mindful. It's got magnesium.
Oh, that's good. We'll take that.
120 milligrams.
Help you sleep in the middle of the day. That's good.
Nice and carbonated. I love something bubbly, but
yeah,
it's not
me
alcohol.
too. I love carbonation. Well, I am drinking your favorite, Hi-Yo. I've got watermelon lime. The only thing that I'm not crazy about, I love the ingredients.
Yeah.
And it is vegan, so I love you for that. But it's just some of these drinks, when they have different flavorings, have a bit of an aftertaste to me. Girl, my nails. Look at my nails. This is why I don't do my nails, because I don't get gel. And when you do natural nails and you do dishes and clean up after animals and stuff, it doesn't last. But I'm so anti-toxins. I don't do the gels.
Powder and the gel, and my nails still look a hot mess.
Girl, it's criminal. This could have been my Halloween costume. Just this. But it is what it is.
What's your wind down? My source.
So my wind down is twofold. There's one where the first up is shots were fired at me from somebody's little YouTube show where they were wishing people, happy holidays, enjoy, hope you have good food for the holiday coming up. And they said, for vegans, and I quote, I hope you have some expensive salad or something like that. Catching strays.
She's talking about me.
I'm talking about you, lady. I will not be violated on your show.
At least she watched. I did. It was a little nip. I took a little nip. Nip.
Shots fired.
Little nip.
Wounded. I have a gunshot wound.
She said now she's going, and I know you shine down on me. Damn.
Oh my God. Okay.
We have a little fun with the vegans. A little fun.
Shots fired. I appreciate that. But I love your little show. It was a good one. And we're going to talk about your show from yesterday, because today is Tuesday, and how you broke down the Marjorie Taylor Greene thing, which I loved. It was so informative. But also, of course, I want to give some recommendations as we head into the holiday season of something good to watch, So there is this show, and I don't think I've talked about it on this show, but I really want you to watch it. I don't know if I feel like I've recommended it to you, but I'm not sure. But for those who haven't seen this, there is a BBC show called Dr. Foster.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
No.
Baby, it is so good. And if you Google Dr. Foster TV show,
Yeah.
a lot of places where you can watch it will pop up. Like it's on Amazon, but I think you got to pay for it. It's on Prime. No, Amazon Prime. It's on, anyway, it's on BritBox. There are a lot of different places. Roku, I think you can watch it there.
Okay.
When I tell you,
this
has so many twists and turns. You, my dear, will love this show. All I can say is watch the first episode all the way to the very end. And there is a twist at the end.
Don't
spoil I'm not going to give away. I'm not going to give it away since you haven't seen it, but I highly recommend it over the holiday season because it's 2 seasons, only 2 seasons. So, and it's not a long season, but you definitely want to watch that. Okay. Also, I want to recommend actually a Tyler Perry Christmas movie, Finding Joy, which I knew you would love because of the name.
Yeah.
It's a romantic, little borderline Christmassy because the time of year it takes place. But this one, if you love a Hallmark movie, this is about a Black couple that meets under certain circumstances, a snowstorm. Y'all, this one's good. So you got to watch that. So add that to your list. Then, for the love of Morris Chestnut, if y'all don't start watching Watson. He is the star of this medical drama. Huh?
Like Sherlock Holmes?
Sherlock Holmes. He's Watson. Supposedly Sherlock Holmes is dead.
Ooh.
So Morris Chestnut's character, Watson, returns to the States and back home to the States. And it's like every episode there's a people coming into his medical clinic and they're getting treated for this or that, but also he has some things going on with himself, and it's so good. And did I say Morris Chestnut?
Well, which app is that?
I think he's on. I think you might have to watch it on Paramount. I want to say it's on CBS.
Oh God, I've canceled Paramount Plus.
But watch it live. Watch it on demand. You don't have cable at all, do you?
I have YouTube TV.
Oh, I think you might be able to watch it there.
Oh, so just watch it on regular CBS.
Yeah.
It's still Skydance.
I know.
I don't like them.
I know. It's on Amazon Prime, which we're also boycotting up until December 2nd. Well, CBS, if you are watching that, if you don't, I respect that. And then The Neighborhood is in its final season with our friend Tashina Arnold and Cedric the Entertainer. Y'all, this show got 8 seasons.
Wow.
Watch the first season and it is so well written and so well done. If you like a 30-minute comedy, quick in and out, this show is so well casted. It's so well written. And I just celebrate, this family, Tashina and Cedric as a couple, their sons, they have adult sons that are Black. Is so good. You have great guest stars. So Tracy Morgan plays Cedric the Entertainer's brother. Patti LaBelle plays his mom. So they have their cameos. It's so well done.
And where is that?
It's on CBS.
See, I miss so much because I don't watch network TV. I haven't watched a show on network TV in probably the last show I watched on network TV was Scandal.
Oh, girl, there's some good shows on network TV.
Yeah, I just don't watch. I never turn on the networks ever. Like the only time I ever turn on any network is Saturday Night Live on Saturdays.
Yeah.
That's the only time I touch a network.
There's some good network TV shows because they really had to compete with what was going on, with all the apps, with Netflix and Hulu and all of them do it, and Apple and all of them creating TV series. So they really stepped up their game.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think those are all the ones that I wanted to just recommend.
Wait a minute. We forgot something. I forgot to ask you a question.
What?
Did you not notice that I don't have my makeup on?
Of course I did. I should have said something. No, but wait. When did you wash your face? Because this was an event.
No, I did not sleep in my makeup last night. Normally what I'll do is, because my show is Monday night, I just wear it.
That's right.
Because I know we're doing this podcast. I'm like, well, at least I'll be made up for the podcast. And usually I'll do like lives or I'll do stuff during the day and I have meetings and everything. But last night I said, you know what, self? Put your ass to bed so you can put your face on your pillow. Wash your face. Wash all that makeup off. Don't sleep in your bed.
Yes.
Because you have to sleep like this and it's like it's terrible. Or you have to sleep like this. And
I have
like,
been there. Yes.
I said, no. Last night I said, nah, man. Y'all just going to get the plain face today.
But what a beautiful face. This is what I'm saying to you. That skincare, you don't deserve your skin.
It's going to run off.
You don't deserve it.
It's going to run off like Christy Nome face on South Park. Her face would be like, yeah.
You do not deserve your skin. You have amazing skin and you're so bad. So I love that. Congratulations.
Yeah,
I love that. Let's keep that going.
Keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
So what's
you can learn a little 5-minute face and be done.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just saying.
Word up.
I appreciate that. I feel like it was done for me. I feel like my pressure, the peer pressure.
I said I was going to get praise and I didn't because I went after the vegans and so you probably the payback is real.
I heard.
Anyway, vegans can have an amazing Thanksgiving too. You can have spinach and mushrooms and.
Let me tell you what I am having for Thanksgiving. I'm having vegan turkey, field roast. I am going to have collard greens. I'm going to have mac and cheese. Going to have cornbreads, a little sweet cornbread because I like that. Going to have some dressing. Going to have some candied yams.
Ooh, yum.
Yes, all the things.
So here's what I would love to have, and I'll go on vegansexycool.com to get it if that's where it is. I would love a good recipe for your candied yam. I'll take the candied yam recipe, please. So you can pass that along because I love candied yam.
I will give you that.
And I'm trying to eat healthy. So, I laugh at the vegans, but I'm trying not to eat meat either. I'm literally.
I know.
Same thing.
We know.
So looking for great recipes, I will definitely take the collard recipe. I'm going to make collards. I'm only making rice and peas. I'm making my rice and peas, which is actually vegan because it has no meat stuff in it. And I use now vegetable stock instead of chicken stock. So so I'm going to make that. And then I'm going to make one more thing. And I think the candied yams feel like something I can handle. So maybe the yams, collards, the yams and the collards.
Let me tell you quickly about the time that I did a cooking segment with Sean P. Diddy Combs' mother, Mama Duke, when she had a restaurant in New York. And I went and she made candied yams and she used orange juice to sweeten it up. And I was like, well, that's strange. But when I tell you those yams were delicious.
Interesting.
She used orange juice, which just, it sweetened it because it was like, orange juice from the store. It wasn't like fresh squeezed, so it had a lot of sugar in it and all that kind of stuff. It was delicious. That's not how I make my yams, but I thought that was an interesting little moment to throw in there. Maybe it'll be in the book, maybe not. We'll see.
The other thing you can make, which is actually good, and you will love this for vegansexycool.com, and I made it the other day, and it's quite tasty, and you don't have to have it with any meat if you don't want it, is veggie pasta, which is basically peppers, different kind of peppers, yellow and green peppers, mushrooms sauteed in olive oil, and you literally just take that and put it in pasta, and it actually tastes really good. And you put pepper, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt on it just to make it and it's actually quite good. Make
sure the pasta doesn't have egg in it.
Well, I don't know about that.
Most pastas do.
Okay.
But there are a lot that don't. Like Banza pasta is made from chickpeas mostly, and it doesn't have egg in it. It's vegan. So yeah, but I love that. But can I throw one extra ingredient in?
You're gonna make it complicated. Go ahead.
Oh my God. It's one ingredient.
One ingredient.
Vegan pesto sauce.
Oh, I love that. Oh, by the way, when I tell you pesto pasta, and I actually have a vegan pesto sauce that I pour on. I will literally just eat it with just the pasta solo.
See? So you add that to that pepper and mushroom and
a pesto sauce.
And get some vegan parm and sprinkle it over on the top.
100% put that little parm. Ooh, baby. I'll eat that. Because I'm the type of person that will also just eat I'm making my signature rice and peas, and I will just eat rice and peas. Like, I love rice and peas so much, you can just give me a bowl of it and I just eat it. I don't even need
I've never seen somebody who has such a love-hate relationship with food.
I hate food. If I could just survive just on air, breathing air, I would do it. I wouldn't eat if I didn't have to. Eating is just an extra burden that I don't want to deal with.
I'm so in love with food. You can also throw some vegan sausage in there in that little mix with the pesto and all that kind of stuff.
You see what happened, ladies? You see, friends. Look,
and some red pepper flakes. That's the last thing I'm gonna say.
Okay, you see what happened? You see what happened, friends?
I'm just gonna say
I tried to give her the grace. I tried to give her the vegan grace, and it got complicated. Suddenly there's like 8 steps.
All right. I'm just saying.
But I just have my bean burrito.
That is delicious. I will send you the collard greens, the yams, and the cornbread recipe.
Thank you. Yeah, the cornbread. Oh, I love cornbread.
Oh, this one will blow your mind. It tastes just like Jiffy.
Jiffy actually has in the store. But what are you going to use instead of the butter? Are you going to use yogurt?
No, you use vegan butter.
Oh,
it's
okay.
the same consistency.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I love a good cornbread. I love a good buttery cornbread. So
oh, girl, there's some butters out there that taste just like dairy butter.
That's what I need.
Yeah, it's good. Miyoko.
Or, you can also use that tastes like butter, and then I think actually tastes better than butter. Ghee.
It's not vegan.
What's wrong with ghee?
It's not vegan. It comes from animals. I don't know how, but ghee's not vegan. A ghee.
Ghee ain't from no animal. Girl, move on.
Girl. I'm gonna do you like you do me. Let me do my impersonation.
True. Oh my gosh. But the difference is I'm listening when I'm doing that. I'm 100% multitasking and listening.
Ghee is made from butter.
Is it?
Yes.
How? Well, why don't they just call it butter?
I don't know. There's some starting ingredient. The primary ingredient is unsalted butter, often made from cow's milk, but other types like buffalo or sheep's milk are also used.
I don't understand why they just don't call it butter then.
The butter is slowly simmered over low heat. Water separates from the fat. The milk solidifies, seems like the perfect word to me, which are white. First clump and foam on the top and then sink to the bottom.
No wonder it's so good.
Yeah. And then you strain it. So ghee is a form of clarified butter.
Oh, no wonder it tastes so buttery.
I just wanted to share that. Just my impersonation of Joanne Reed and scene.
And the
scene. All right, let's move on to some ish you need to know.
Please.
All right. First, I want to start with your good friend and a movement that she's headlining along with about 100 other organizations, and that is We Ain't Buying It. Talking about LaTosha Brown. The dates are November the 7th through December the 1st. They're asking that we just hold our money, you guys, during those dates, especially no Target, no Home Depot, no Amazon. And she says it's not a boycott. It is consumer responsibility and a way of redirecting our resources, which I love. And it's a way to bring it into corporate collaboration and the enabling of Trump's agenda. When you spend money with these big corporations who are also putting money into the Trump administration, you're funding ICE. You're funding all of these things that are happening around our country right now that we don't love, the erasure of DEI, all those things you're funding when you shop at these companies. And we really have to be more conscious consumers. Where you are supposed to spend is with small, local, and Black businesses. So during those dates, November 27th through December the 1st, but I hope we do it beyond the December 1st deadline. I hope we continue this.
I agree.
Yeah, I love LaTosha. I gotta meet her one day. We gotta have her on the show.
You haven't met LaTosha. It's crazy because she's like in Atlanta. Like we're gonna have to make this happen. But she's not traveling. We're gonna get this together.
I'm such a huge fan of her. So we want to make sure that people do that and let us know in the comments if you plan to participate. And there's another one that started on the 25th and ends on December 2nd. Do whatever you do, just do something. Okay. Yeah. Whichever one you want to follow. There's more than one. Some people were correcting us in the comments.
There was the blackout one. There's blackout. There's We Ain't Buying It. There are several. And the bottom line is just do something. Like, we'll put a bunch of the links in the description here of some that you can follow. But the idea is just take some responsibility. I was talking with someone earlier today about how we as Black people, we haven't been trained in the movement style like our parents' generation. Yeah. So we can't take the discomfort of even boycotting for a week. We can't even walk away from Target for a month before, like, when can people asking, when can we go back? Now, it's not a when can we go back. It's redirect your thinking to, are you spending your money with companies who respect your community and respect you? If they wouldn't hire you, why would you shop with them? If they wouldn't, list your stuff under a Black imprint because they're not doing DEI, why would you walk in there at all? If they're mistreating their Black employees, or won't let them unionize, or won't pay them good money, or their employees are largely on food stamps, on SNAP, because they're not getting paid enough. I'm sorry, why are we subsidizing billion-dollar corporations to have their workers have to be on SNAP? So we just have to start thinking, like, if you're gonna spend $20 and you could easily spend it with a Black-owned smaller company and bless that person and help that person pay their mortgage, why wouldn't you do that instead of going to Home Depot or Target? So
they want our money, but they don't respect us. They want to pander to us during Black History Month, or they want to hire, Busta Rhymes and people like that to do ads to bring us in. They want to revisit Love Jones and try to pull us in. I think Walmart did that, try to pull us back in as customers. But it's like, don't pander to us. How are they treating us? How are they treating Black employees? How are they really respecting us as consumers? And these companies don't respect us.
They don't.
They absolutely do not. Okay.
But you know what they respect? When we ain't giving them no money, they start freaking out. They respect money.
That's right, girl. That's right. Okay. Girl, you're president. Okay.
What about me?
Girl, Trump calls for the execution of Democrats. Trump is calling for the execution of Democrats, which led to death threats against those Democratic leaders, and an investigation from the Department of War, as they like to call it, against Senator, retired astronaut, and military vet Mark Kelly, who is also the husband of former Congresswoman Gabby Gifford, who survived an actual assassination attempt, not a fake one. I just want to put that one out there. Now, Mark Kelly was among six.
Oop, you said a fake one?
Oh, a fake one. Yeah. Mark Kelly was among 6 lawmakers who reminded members of the U.S. military and intelligence community in a video that they swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, and had a legal responsibility to refuse unlawful orders. And that had your president calling for them to be hanged.
Yes.
Which I cannot believe, Joanne, that no one, even though the Democrats don't have control of Congress, right, of the House or the Senate, it just is crazy to me that no one is publicly calling for this man to be removed from office. Even just having a press conference and just the talking points on the Sunday shows. Like, there should be a group of Democrats that go on the Sunday shows and call for this. Like, why is this not happening?
Because they're Democrats. No, and by the way, just to let you know, the reason that only one of them is getting investigated by the Department of Defense, that's the name of it. I don't care what they try to call it. There's no such thing as the Department of War. And also, how trolly is it for the guy who calls himself the president of peace and who keeps blathering on about how he's ended 19 foreign wars to switch the name to Department of War? He's trolling and he's playing in y'all faces, MAGA. He's laughing at you. You realize that Donald Trump laughs at you every day, right? Donald Trump wakes up in the morning, puts in his dentures, puts on his long tie, does an MRI for his dementia, and then he laughs at you for the rest of the day. That's what he's doing with his day.
Takes his meds.
Takes his meds, right?
Hopefully. I don't know if
another MRI because of his dementia, and then when he gets back, he eats a cheeseburger with extra ketchup, and then he laughs from McDonald's, and then he goes back to laughing at you. And then when he goes to bed at night, before he goes to bed and does his 3rd MRI of the day for his dementia, he laughs at you again, and he laughs himself to sleep. The reason they're only investigating 1 out of the 6 is that Mark Kelly is the only retired member of the military. He's U.S. Navy retiree. The others are either former CIA, or they are former military. So if you actually have completed your military service and resigned out of the, moved out of the military, they can't bring you back and court martial you. But because Senator Kelly, the twin, Senator Mark Kelly, who has a twin brother, and they're both astronauts, he's an astronaut, so he's an American hero. The reason he's the one catching the strays is because he's actually retired military. You can actually bring a member of the military out of retirement in order to court-martial them, and that is what they're threatening to do. It is ridiculous. I mean, you're not supposed to follow illegal orders. None of them said disobey the commander-in-chief. None of them in that video said disobey Donald Trump's orders. They said if you're given an illegal order, you may not follow it, because that's how the Nuremberg trials Germans ended up getting hanged.
But you see what I mean about the Republican Party, and I don't even like to call them anymore because MAGA, it's MAGA.
Yeah.
The Republican Party is no more.
Yeah.
But they have a crazy idea and they just move forward with it. And I understand that because it's the president and the way he has taken control of the government and all the checks and balances within our country, that he can pretty much get away with anything.
Mhm.
But they move forward with their half crazy ideas. I don't think it's a crazy idea to push for Donald Trump to be removed from office, to have that conversation, because that's what they did to Biden.
Yeah.
It was a whole movement, op-eds, conversations on the Sunday. They pushed this narrative so that the media had to talk about it and had to question his cognitive ability.
And if a group of,
yeah,
if you're right, as a former comms person, if a group of senators were to walk out to camera together and say Donald Trump must be removed by the 25th Amendment, and then they would, first of all, the Sunday shows would have to book them. All right, let's say Mark Kelly said, you know, he's one of the, everyone's booking Mark Kelly because Mark Kelly is one of the people in the video. So if Mark Kelly or one of the other 5 people, if they all agreed that when they went on the Sunday shows and the shows that booked them, they all said he needs to be removed from office, or if you just had senators all agree that this is our talking points and we're going to go on TV, and the minute one of them said he had to be removed from office, everyone would have to cover that. You have to think about the media's incentive structure, right? They're going to just ignore anything that Trump does until somebody says something so provocative that they don't want to cover what Democrats do. They don't care about Democrats. They only care about Trump. And so somebody has to say something, and it's always usually a former Republican who ends up doing it. It's a Rick Wilson, it's a Lincoln Project, because they're the ones who, as former Republicans, they know actually how to communicate. So they're the ones who come up with the good ideas, and the Democrats are like, how do we speak? It's like, I don't know in English. I don't know.
They just missed opportunity after opportunity. Calling for senators, or was it all a group of senators to be hanged?
No, it's House and senators. Some of them are House. But here's the difference. The other thing is Donald Trump is a draft dodger.
Yeah.
Why are their talking points not including the fact that Donald Trump is a draft dodger? Like, he's a draft dodger who said that military members were suckers and losers. Maybe remind people of that. Whose own former chief of staff said he's a fascist and said that he praised Hitler and that he said suckers and losers about his former chief of staff, Senator Kelly's own son.
Yeah.
His former Joint Chief of Staff Chair Mark Milley said he's a fascist to the core. Like, remind people of those things, because those things are factual. So, anyway, just our thoughts.
I know. So much to cover. Okay. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is resigning from Congress. We hadn't talked about that because last week we're in studio with Read This, Read That. That hadn't happened. She was still, saying some things. We talked about her in the last episode, but now she is stepping down. It'll be effective in January. I think it's an odd decision, but I love on the last show, that the last Joy Reid show on YouTube, you really broke down why this is something that we should pay attention to, and the significance of who she has been, how problematic she's been all along, and how rich she's gotten as a member of Congress. I love that breakdown. I'm just like, what? But I still feel like there's something, the conspiracy theorist in me feels like something's up.
Yeah.
Why did she step down? Like, I feel like, did somebody threaten her? Probably. Did they threaten her husband? Like, I feel like there was a deep throat meeting in a parking garage somewhere. And why would she step down?
And I don't think she married anymore, because remember, she cheated on her husband with like a yoga guru or something, and now she's got the boyfriend that's like a right-wing media guy.
Oh, that's right.
I don't think she's married anymore. She's really Marjorie Taylor, and the green is his left her. But the
Brown, as Trump calls her now.
Right now, he calls her Marjorie Trader Brown. That's her new name. And people, he'd be coming up with nicknames. But I mean, what we broke down on the Joy Reid show is the fact that she came in with $700,000 net worth. She's walking out with north of $25 million. She sits on key committees that she then can play the stock market based on the stuff that she's legislating, as all these members. It's not just her. They're all playing.
They all do it.
A lot of them, they're playing the stock market. She got a PPP loan forgiven for $183,000. Thank you, Joe Biden. She took advantage of that while saying student loan relief was a bad idea. she's gotten really rich being in Congress. And so one theory is she's just cashing out. She's made all this money. She's made all this money playing the stock market as a member of Congress who has insider information on what regulations and rules are happening. And she's doing like a lot of them and playing and cashing out. Theory two is Donald Trump, as AOC has said, he poo-pooed the idea of her running for United States Senate. There's a Senate seat. There's John Ossoff's seat is up. And, there's been thoughts that she wanted to either run for Senate or governor, and that Donald Trump essentially withdrew his support and said, you're never going to win. Her poll numbers were bad. And she was trying to go on The View and sort of normalize herself so she could run statewide in Georgia. And that didn't work out. So she's leaving in a huff. That's another theory. I've heard that part before. Theory number three is she sees a bigger role for herself in MAGA, and that she sees that Donald Trump is mentally and cognitively just diminished and won't last forever. And she's setting herself up to maybe take the throne. That's how I've been saying this theory for a while, that she sees the throne and she's going to go for it. She's going to leave, start a really popular right-wing podcast. She's on the anti-Israel side of the line. And now MAGA has broken into pro-Israel and anti-Israel factions. She's in the anti-Israel faction. The pro Epstein files faction, which is the same faction, and she and Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson are all in that same faction, and she's going to go for it, be the white Candace Owens and try to go for the gold or go for the White House.
Well, time will tell. Time will tell. Okay.
Or the other theory that it's out there, people that the Israelis threatened her because she's so anti-Israel, but I don't know. I think it's more.
I feel like she was threatened. It was so abrupt. I feel like there's something more to it. But please go back and watch the Monday episode of the Joy Reid Show. It really breaks it down beautifully. It's so good. Just ignore the parts where vegans are.
It was a gentle roast. It was a roasted vegetable.
Whatever. All right. Indictments against James Comey and Tish James have been dropped. A federal judge dropped criminal charges against former FBI Director James Comey, who I didn't like anyway, and New York Attorney General Letitia James, saying the prosecutor, Lindsay Halligan, was unlawfully appointed. Trump folks are planning to appeal this decision. Do you think that their appeal would be successful? I feel like it will be. You don't think so?
Well, in the Comey case, the statute of limitations on the Comey case ran out September 30th. So there's really not much they can do unless they come up with some other thing they're going to accuse him of doing. And that's all about Trump being mad about the Russia investigation. So he'll probably try to think of something. In the case of Letitia James, I mean, I guess they could, but then Pulte, the guy who was throwing up all these indictments, he's now under investigation himself within the Department of Injustice, which I don't believe that'll go anywhere. But he's being highlighted because it appears that he has been, just throwing willy-nilly these charges of mortgage fraud around on Lisa Cook and Letitia James and Adam Schiff and others. And now the new one, Eric Swalwell, Swalwell is running for governor of California. And it seems like he might not be on the up and up. So look, these cases aren't going to go anywhere with a jury. I mean, they're going to cost people a lot of money. You're not going to convict James Comey of what they're trying to accuse him of, lying to Congress. That's not going to work. Letitia James did not commit mortgage fraud. Lisa Cook didn't either. Neither did Eric Swalwell. So these cases will be a waste of the court's time ultimately, but they're embarrassing and costly. And I think that's Donald Trump's goal, to make these people suffer and spend money they don't have. Yeah. To punish them.
Well, this next story is definitely something that women need to lean into, especially if they were in the military. So Fort Hood OBGYN has been suspended amid sexual misconduct allegations. There are a growing number of victims, at least 25, but they're asking for other women. So apparently this man, Dr. Blaine McGraw, was recording a video of these ladies while he was examining them, improperly touching patients. They're saying that this might be the largest sexual assault case in U.S. military history, because reports go back to when he was at another military facility, one or two, and there were complaints from women then, and there are allegations that the Army covered it up. So apparently women have been complaining for years. As I said, at least 25 women were contacted because you could see them. They were identified in the video. You could see their faces in these videos. So if you think that you or someone you know might have been one of these victims, there's a law firm representing the group. I'll put that link.
You're making male OBGYNs look bad.
I I know.
That's
It's always
why I
like
always want a female. I'm
I
like,
always want a female. I
just
just,
to be on the safe side.
yeah, I just don't feel comfortable about it. I
And
just
the
don't.
one time I had a male OBGYN, he told me I was a hypochondriac and that my extreme menstrual cramps were in my head. So,
Men,
college.
oh my God. Oh God, that makes me so upset.
Yeah. And this was during when I had them the worst. Like this is when I would have 4 days of extreme pain and gusher bleeding. And he said,
Gosh. You have endometriosis?
no, I have small fibroids, but that's it.
Oh, okay. I had pain, but I had endometriosis. And that was that. Okay. Last for the issue need to know. The oldest living survivor, and I really want you to talk about this one, Joyanne, of the Tulsa Race Massacre dies at 111 years old. Mother Fletcher was part of a group of living survivors that pursued a lawsuit against the city of Tulsa and other related departments, alleging they were complicit in the 1921 massacre and that the effects of that were still being felt today. They lost that, unfortunately. But I know that this story is near and dear to your heart. When you were still at Ms. Now, you did a whole interview with her. And I know you posted about this on your social media. What do you remember most about interacting with her?
So I interviewed her and her baby brother, Uncle Red, who I think he had a little crush on Tiffany Cross, which was kind of a fun conversation that we had. He really was sweet.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? No, he was so sweet. And he said, "Oh, that's our people. That's my friend." I was like, he kind of indicated he had a little crush on her. He was super adorable. He passed last year. They were 6 and 7 years old in 1921 when they, went to sleep in a prosperous, happy community where they had a beautiful home. And they felt safe. They played outside. They had a normal life in Greenwood, the Greenwood section of Tulsa. And then that night, their mom dragged them out of bed and said, "We have to run." They had to get in their car and flee. And they, she talked about stepping over bodies of, their neighbors, seeing dead men in the street, seeing fires, seeing planes overhead bombing her town. And that's a 6-year-old girl's memory. She never forgot it. As a 7-year-old, having to hold her little brother's hand and take care of him. And they remember it vividly, both of them.
Yeah.
There was another 7-year-old who grew up there as well, who's now the final only living survivor left. There were only 3 of them left that we know of, and they never let it go. They fought for reparations for years and years and years. DeMario Solomon Simmons is their attorney. And I've interviewed him several times, but had the finally chance to meet and interview them because they had come to DC to testify before Congress. And so they were in town. At the end of their lives, the brother and sister flew to Ghana, all 3 of them actually, and they were made honorary citizens of Ghana. So they got to touch the soil of Africa before, in their hundreds. They were all in their hundreds. She testified when she was 108 years old and died at 111. Mother Viola Fletcher, just a beautiful person. My favorite memory of her is just how saucy she was. Like, she was a salty little I interviewed her when she was like 109. She was a salty little lady. She was not a shrinking violet at all. She had
I love that.
wheelchair, but when I tell you she was sharp, quick. She said she wants justice. She said justice means restoring the people that what they had and giving them back the beautiful community they lost. And she was not playing with these people. Wrote a book. Her book was published when she was 110. Book came out last year, and it's called "Don't Let Them Bury My Story." Took care of her little brother to the very end, and just a wonderful, wonderful lady.
I love that. I love that. Well, may she rest in power.
Yes, yes. And justice will come because karma it never dies.
Yeah.
And what they did, and the one good thing that's happened is the horrible white mayor of Tulsa is now out of office. There's a black mayor now who lauded her in her death and bigged her up. And they're trying to come up with some sort of a settlement that will at least restore parts of historic Greenwood, Black Wall Street. And it's sad that they never got reparations. They deserved it.
I know. That's the heartbreaking part of it all. All right. Well, let's move on to hot topics.
Yes.
Let's talk about Pharrell. Pharrell Williams is in the hot seat after disappointing comments about politics and DEI. So during a ceremony where he received the key to one of your old places, Miami-Dade County, He said that he was not into politics because he felt both sides, Republicans and Democrats, are divisive, among other things, and said that he is not in favor of DEI. So Pharrell is saying his comments. Now he's saying, because he received much backlash over this on social media and beyond. And he's saying that his comments are being taken out of context. No, they're not. No, they're not. I mean, when you talk about somebody who has really swallowed the white privilege pill, and is really leaning into that value system of capitalism. And now that he's in these circles, he wants to look back and say, oh, we don't need DEI and politics is a bad thing. When his cousin was shot and killed, then all that was okay, right? The police were bad, police brutality against blacks, all that kind of stuff. But now that he's the head of Louis Vuitton, hashtag boycott Louis Vuitton, well, creative director, I should say, he's just in another headspace. It's so disappointing when these celebrities, and we talked last week about Beyonce and Jay-Z, and listen, I love Beyonce. Jay-Z, I'm so mad at over the whole NFL thing. But I'm having a hard time with Beyonce and Jay-Z in these circles, given what's going on in this country. So many people struggling financially because of these powerful billionaires just sucking up all the money and not sharing resources or paying their workers a living wage, a fair wage, so that people cannot have to be on SNAP and get those benefits, even though they have a job. I just feel that celebrities Black celebrities do not have the luxury of ignoring what's going on in this country or in the world. It's saying, oh, I don't speak on politics, or I'm not into what's going on politically. It's too much for me. It's too divisive. I think that's irresponsible. I think when it comes to Black celebrities, that phrase, to whom much is given, much is required. I mean, it definitely applies to Black celebrities. I don't think they get a pass on that stuff.
Well, and the thing is that, the irony is none of these people would be rich or famous if it weren't for politics and the civil rights movement that was very explicitly based on.
Come on, yes.
Without that movement that was explicitly racial and political and full of social upheaval, and for which a lot of Black people died and some white people died, a lot of white and Black people died, you wouldn't even be famous. I mean, because it would be illegal for you, you would have been relegated like Nat King Cole was, where he could be wealthy in and of himself, but couldn't walk in the front door of a lot of restaurants. Like you couldn't have been the head of Louis Vuitton, the artistic director of Louis Vuitton, but for these movements. So, and the question he asked that I think is, he asked these people, and of course, Miami's the right place to do it because people there, it's barely hard to get them to vote, harder to get them to even vote a lot of times. Would you rather be successful because you're good or because you're Black? It's just a nonsense question in a country.
Feed into that whole narrative of, if someone is hired under DEI, that is a person that they're not qualified, which is crazy.
Which is crazy, because the thing is here's the problem with that framing. Would you rather be hired because you're good or because you're Black? If you were Black and great, without those movements, you wouldn't get hired anyway.
No.
Right. The reason Clarence Thomas is mad at the world is that he went through college and got the exact same degree as his white cohorts at Yale, but no white law firm would hire him. And the reason no white law firm would hire him was not because he wasn't good. Apparently he was good enough to be on the Supreme Court. It's because he's Black. So that, if you live in a country where being Black means you get fired, look at all the Black women who've been fired. You think all 400,000 of them were not good at their jobs? No, they got fired because they didn't want Black people anymore. We're like, Blacks have to go. Why did Karen Attiah, who literally was Jamal Khashoggi's editor, she was a phenomenal reporter, and you think she was fired because she's not good? No, she got fired because she's Black. And so the reality is, we still live in a country where being Black gets you fired. So being good is irrelevant if there's racism. So saying to people, would you rather be good or hired, is an irrelevant, silly question for somebody who's where they are, because not just because they're good, but because Black people fought to make sure that being good and Black is not a barrier to success.
But I would also say, and I'd love to be challenged on this, that in most cases, Bernie clearly agrees with me. In most cases, black people, black people who are elevated in white spaces, like a Pharrell, are usually elevated because they have that thinking. They can't be very progressive in their politics, or you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Look at who they hire at most corporations to be the diversity person,
right. Who they
right?
elevate.
It's usually a black person or someone of color who thinks like a lot of white people. Like race is not a big deal. I don't see
Right.
color. You know what
Because
I
you have to
mean?
fit in with them, or at least who says it, because you have to try to fit in at their garden parties and
Yeah.
get invited to golf with them and hang out. And I mean, the thing is, what I always say is, great wealth does not breed great progressivism.
No.
Generally, when you get to that space, you're now in a space where there aren't that many black people, and the other
Right.
black people who are around you are also very, very wealthy and very, very privileged. And so you can start to disconnect. You spend all your time. Martha's Vineyard is beautiful, but if you're just only around the kind of people who go to Martha's Vineyard, you kind of get a skewed view of what the world is like. You start thinking, oh, this is, black normality is privilege and having. And then you start to look at the people who don't have as somehow deficient. Maybe they did something wrong. Maybe they
Less than you, right?
Maybe they don't dress right, or they speak wrong. Maybe it's their diction. You start thinking something about me is special, meaning that something about them is deficient. And it's dangerous. And it can happen to anybody, just getting in those spaces. All of a sudden you're friends with celebrities, rich people, famous people. You've met billionaires. I met a billionaire once and I was like, this is weird. I'm not hanging out with a billionaire. Like you start to skew your mind. And so you have to really proactively keep yourself normal. When in the jobs that you and I have had, Jackie, we've had to, especially people, I mean, the people we've met, the people we've been around, we've met presidents, we've met, I've met the Queen of Jordan and had lunch with her. This is weird. It's not normal, but you have to make yourself stay normal. And it's not easy.
You can't talk about these types of things. You can't talk about politics in the way that we do in those circles. And they don't.
They won't
and that
you won't stay.
In favor with white people who are like, oh, she's a magical Negro.
That's right. She doesn't make me feel guilty. I like her because they don't make me feel bad. Yeah, they don't make me feel bad about being rich and white. And if you are willing to let them feel good about being rich and white and not make them feel bad, they will be rewarded, but it still won't be true that you're there just because you're great. People made the way for you because you could have been just as great a generation ago, and they would have locked your ass out because you're black.
Yeah. Amen. So true.
And some of them
on you, Pharrell. I'm so disappointed in him.
And it's weird because he was saying it, Michael Harriot wrote a piece, he knows him, so he interviewed him and asked him. He said he was taken out of context. He was literally at an event that I think he founded, this organization that's all about trying to elevate black people. So it's like, this is very contradictory. Why would you have an organization to elevate black people if black people can just naturally succeed despite being black? Then why do you have an organization for help them?
Right. Why do you even need that?
You don't need it.
You're anti-DEI. Like, make it make sense. I can't. Okay. So another black pregnant woman was denied medical care. This happened some days ago, but it was after we did our last show because we talked about the woman in Texas. This woman, it happened in Indiana, and she had to give birth in her husband's truck because she was having contractions. She was rushed to the hospital. They were 10 minutes apart. And you pregnant women know the significance of that. That seems close to me, but I don't know. And this was her fourth baby. So she knew the drill and she knew her body. And the hospital, but she was turned away. The hospitals have since issued a formal apology to the family and said the doctor and nurse involved in this were no longer employed by the hospital. They still need to sue.
I think they should sue for a lot of money. And there have been two of these cases. Because remember, I asked you about one. I thought it was the other one.
There's been the Texas one we talked about last week.
Yes. And so I think these people need to sue. I think they need to get a good lawyer, the best ambulance chaser you can find that's going to get you tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Sue them.
Yeah, absolutely. And get a good lawyer. Don't hire a hack.
Get a really good, solid lawyer.
We'll have to do a whole episode on finding good lawyers because there are a lot of really shitty lawyers out there. I'll just say that. Okay, moving on. Who pretend to be good lawyers, but are terrible. And they pretend to care about black people, but they don't. They're black themselves.
Ooh.
Moving on. Okay, girl, this is something I wanted to talk about, and I saw this in the 11th hour. And Camille, if we could roll this video after I say this. So, did you know? And this was news to me, and I think it's real that children have been taught by educators that your blood, while it's in the body, is blue. And then when it comes out of the body and meets with oxygen, it becomes red.
What?
And I was like, and if you read do we have the video, Camille?
They taught us that blood was blue inside the body until it hits oxygen and then it turns red. And I just saw a video of a 6th grade teacher talking about why do her 6th graders think that blood is blue. And my first thought was, how do you, as a teacher, not know that blood is blue until it hits oxygen? And then I looked it up, and apparently that was never true. So now I'm wondering, because I could have sworn they taught us this in schools. Like, I don't even know if this is a Mandela effect or if this is just like misinformation.
Girl, and when you look at the comments from this, and there are tons of comments, so many people are like, wait a minute, blood is blue until it comes out of your body.
What?
Right? I'm like, what am I missing? How did I miss this? I know you're on the Google machine.
I'm already on Google. That is
that.
That doesn't. No.
But when you look at this, the comments from this woman, from this post. Wait, let me just real quick.
Okay, can I read you something from NPR?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do so many think blood is sometimes blue? Blood is red to the naked eye. Under a microscope, it depends. This isn't because it isn't really red, but because its redness is a macroscopic feature. Human blood is red because hemoglobin, which is carried in the blood and functions to transport oxygen, is iron-rich and red in color. Octopuses and horseshoe crabs have blue blood. This is because the protein transporting oxygen in their blood, hemocyanin, is actually blue. The blood of a Vulcan is green, according to the story anyway, and this is presumably because the stuff that carries oxygen in the Vulcan's blood is green. But our blood is red. It's bright red when the arteries carry it in its oxygen-rich state throughout the body. And it's still red, but darker now when it rushes home to the heart through the veins. I bring this up because I've noticed there are a fair number of people, some of the 7th graders my son goes to school with, and teachers too, who ought to know better, as well as lots of people who have published online who say that blood inside the body is sometimes blue. It's not.
Listen to some of these comments. So if it's not blue, why are our veins blue? They definitely taught us that non-oxygenated, I can't ever say that word, blood is blue. These people were taught this, which is crazy to me. They definitely taught us this. What the F? All caps. There's like 40,000 comments about this.
That's wrong. Dead
crazy.
Wrong.
Yeah, crazy. But that's definitely things. So, and teachers are teaching this, so y'all get that right.
Yeah, okay. Teachers gotta do better.
Last but not least, girl, I don't know if you heard this, but this is giving me this is one of my worst fears. And I am assigning you to make sure that this does not happen to me if I die before you. Okay, yes, it's another death story. So there's a Thai woman who was found alive in her coffin after being delivered in her coffin for cremation.
Oh my God.
Yes, a 65-year-old woman was knocking Joyanne from the inside of her coffin lightly. Her brother delivered her to a Buddhist temple for cremation after she appeared to stop breathing 2 days earlier.
Oh my God.
As they were handling the coffin, they heard a soft knocking.
Oh my God.
She was discovered alive.
Lord Jesus.
Girl.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. That's frightening.
Girl.
Yeah,
when I die, please make sure that I am dead.
I would double, triple check. Same with me, please. Do the same for me. To tap my blue veins a few times and make sure it's still got red in it.
Girl,
that's terrifying. But buried alive is one of my absolute nightmares.
Buried alive, I don't know what's worse, buried alive or burned alive. Like cremated alive or
buried alive, I think is
buried alive. Yeah. Oh God.
Because it's just so slow and terrifying, and you have to experience every moment until you pass away. Burned alive is probably pretty quick.
Oh, either is horrific to me. Oh my God. All right, y'all. Well, that does it for this episode of Read This, Read That. Look, we got it done.
Got it done.
Listen, you guys, it bears repeating. Please subscribe, like, comment, tell a friend or 20 about our show. Help us get our numbers up because we love that our family is growing and our numbers are really, really growing. We're almost to 70,000. We're just like about 300 subscribers away. So help us give us an early holiday
Come
gift,
on.
a subscription, and
Please.
let people know that they can subscribe and love on us. And also be sure to follow this woman on all the things. If you just go to joyannreed.com, she's so clever. It takes you to everything. Like she's just simple. Like she's so smart. I'm like, I got a million things going on. She's like, one place. Let me make it easy for you. Go to joyannreed.com and you can, subscribe to my Substack. You can get to my YouTube. You can follow me on social media. It all makes sense. But once you get to these destinations, make sure that you subscribe and support. And I know right now, Joyanne, you're encouraging people on your YouTube channel to do a paid subscription because it can be a troll-free environment. And that just makes sense to me for you because, girl, your trolls,
Yeah, something.
they are something else.
Horrible.
But I love that there can be that environment where you don't have to experience that.
That's right. On the Substack channel, only paid subscribers can chat. But on the YouTube channel, you don't have to actually pay. You just have to subscribe. But if you're not a subscriber, you will not be able to comment anymore on the YouTube. So please subscribe. And by the way, if you go to joyandread.com, you can also get right back here to Read This, Read That, because I've added a link directly to RTRT. So you can come back here as well. And I want you to also make sure that you support and subscribe to this lady's many things. Camille, don't never tell me which way to point. So I just point both ways to vegansexycool.com. Listen, don't be making fun of these people who eat vegan food. Who would do that? Who would say that at Thanksgiving they were just going to eat spinach? How dare you? How dare you? Just go to vegansexycool.com and find you something to eat. So you won't be hungry and you won't be sitting there watching people eat a turkey and feeling guilty because don't eat the turkey because those are my children. Support Vegan Sexy Cool. Those are my babies. Don't eat them. Don't eat them. They've done nothing to you. Go to vegansexycool.com and you can find delicious alternative things to eat, great recipes, great ideas so that you won't be hungry because you don't want to be like me and just eat bean burritos. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. Get more exciting food. You can also go to the Jackie Reed Experience, learn all the fun things about Jackie Reed and all the great things that she's doing. And that is going to be the basis of the book, y'all. So you're going to want to read in advance so that you'll be ready for the book. We're excited about that. And make sure you say book in the comments. We want to never let her forget. All right, y'all. We appreciate you guys tuning in to Read This, Read That. We'll be right here again next week because where are we going?
Nowhere. We're right here. Bringing you the truthers.
Bringing you the truthers.
The truthers. Bye, y'all.
Love y'all. Bye.